Alright, welcome back to Horizon Forbidden West, which
I
this
gotta get to the top of the tower and free Beta.
Aloy, die, machine filth.
This should be the final episode of the
We're okay. As long as all but hurries.
base game.
I'm almost into
We
the
will do
network.
Burning Shores.
Just do the best you
but
can. Okay.
This should
I
be
know.
our Platinum Trophy episode.
You got some unfinished business, little girl.
Why do these guys all look so thick?
I don't need a shield to take you out.
Trust me, you're gonna wish you had one.
I have not played.
Use it all up.
Alright, can you stop?
I'm taking you down.
They have a weakness, fire.
Felt that, didn't ya?
Fire and what?
Not much of that. Take that.
Aloy, are you there? I'm on my way to help. Just need to find my way in there.
Don't like that, do ya?
You ready, little mouse?
He's almost down.
I almost forgot what it was like to hurt.
Now we're having fun, right?
He was the one that killed. What's his name?
Go. Rescue your sister.
Varl.
I'll regroup with the others and make sure they're alright.
Looks like the machine's inspectors have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access to the top. You'll have to climb from there. I have to go. I almost have.
No, 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 no. Go back up. Damn it. listen, worst case scenario, if this ends up being like a really short episode, I'll just put these two together. Or I will have put this episode in with the other one, so they'll just be one episode.
Aaron, is everyone all right down there?
But just to be safe,
Mostly. We're cleaning up the last
I
few
think
specters.
it was best to just
What about
end
the
that
Zeniths?
one.
Dead, I think. Izo told me you got Eric. Good work.
Yeah. Thanks. I guess only Tilda and Gerard are left then.
Aloy, you there? Listen, I got into the network, but only for a minute before I was shut out. I found a bunch of flight plans and trajectories, as if the Zeniths were planning to leave Earth.
Doesn't make any sense.
I know, but there's more. The files I found have a lot of references to something called Nemesis. Whatever it is, the Zeniths are afraid of it.
Alva? Alva! What's going on here? Maybe Beta can help me figure it out. If she's okay.
We're using like all the climbing mechanics to get up here. Come on.
This is it. End of the line. Are you okay? Look, I know you've been through a lot, but you have to help me access the Zenith network. I need to see their files, anything referring to the word Nemesis. Okay. Over there. The systems are down all over the base. I should be able to take advantage of... Yes, Nemesis. Here. There's something in deep space. It's following the Zeniths to Earth. Look. Escape vectors. Alva tried to warn me about this. The Zeniths aren't planning to stay here. It's a machine of some kind. Or a swarm of them. The energy readings are astronomical. Aloy, I don't think a natural disaster destroyed the Zenith colony on Sirius. This thing did. Earth isn't a new home for them. It's a way station. They're on the run.
Oh, this is when she's gonna backstab us, right? She's got
I see
to.
you've been busy.
You've been lying. Nemesis. What is it?
It is us. The minds of Far Zenith. Or failed copies of them, anyway. Back on Sirius, some of my peers weren't satisfied with physical immortality. They wanted digital transcendence. A way to upload their minds into any form, organic or mechanical. Nemesis was a failed experiment to that effect. Abandoned, but never erased. An immense database of our memories, emotions, and prejudices left to fester.
And it destroyed your colony?
We didn't realize it had gained sentience until it broke containment. It had everything it needed from our memories. Security protocols, system specs, override codes. It hacked everything before we knew what hit us. Then it took over our printing facilities, allowing it to gain any machine form it needed to wipe us out.
But why?
Imagine being trapped alone for decades with only the twisted echoes of megalomaniacs for company. It hates us for abandoning it to that prison. And now that it's free, it will do anything to destroy us, including denying us a safe harbor on Earth.
The extinction signal that woke Hades. You didn't send it. Nemesis did.
Finally, you understand. And when that failed, it launched from Sirius to finish the job itself. Which is why we must flee to a random planet circling a random star, somewhere it can never find us.
With Gaia. So you can build yourself a new world.
That's the plan. Even now. Earth is finished, Aloy. Nemesis will scour it of life to deny its creators a viable home. But Elizabeth's dream won't die. You'll come with me to the stars. And with Gaia, we'll create a new world. Together. Where that monstrosity could never find us.
What? No.
I loved Elizabeth. More than you could ever know. And I let her stay behind to die with the rest of humanity. A mistake I have regretted for 1,000 years. Now she stands before me again. Not some inferior copy, but her best possible self. So I'm not asking. You're coming with me. It may seem harsh now, but you'll forgive me in a few centuries.
You can't force me, Tilda. Your shield is gone.
I have something better. Spectre Prime, to me.
Take cover! Get to the door!
Submit, Aloy. You can't win.
No! I've heard that before.
I knew you didn't truly want to hurt me.
Damage.
Alright.
You better scan that thing first.
There's that trophy. The only trophy that's left is the final trophy. What is its weakness? Corrosion and plasma. Easy.
Blast off!
Holy shit.
Armor's up!
This Spectre was designed to survive against more than that.
Damn it.
I can target its gold plate.
Sticks and stones against the lightning.
That thing's fast.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
Let's use this. Might as well.
This world is finished!
This might be a short episode. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit it, so it's just going to be a 10 episode.
She tried to take you. And she told you about Nemesis.
So you've known all along.
I don't know. Maybe we can. We'll see.
From Hades, yes. Along with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields. Everything I did to create the rebel army was based on that knowledge. To reach this place, this moment.
And you couldn't just tell me?
Come now, Aloy. You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of impossible odds. When I learned of Nemesis from Hades, I saw the pieces on the board and how to play them. And in that same moment, I knew it was a game you would never play. That you would interfere and attempt to save the Tenakth. I was correct, to a point. You ruined my plans, but brought your own to fruition. The end result is the same. We're here. And now it's time for me to leave this doomed planet behind. To seize the Odyssey and the Apollo database, and begin a new chapter in my pursuit of knowledge, one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire. You've more than earned your place. Unlike Tilda, I'm extending a polite invitation.
You're going to just take off? And abandon everything? Stay. Help me fight that thing.
Perhaps Tilda didn't adequately define the threat. Nemesis can't be stopped. It destroyed a highly advanced Zenith colony in a matter of hours. What hope does this primitive tribal Earth have? If you brought Gaia, you wouldn't be abandoning life, you'd be saving a seed for a new world. Just as Elizabeth did. It's the choice she made. The sacrifice of all that is for the hope of what might be. If she were here in your place, she would board that shuttle, Aloy.
Would she?
Found her.
Is she hurt?
Still on her feet.
Thank the turn.
Goodbye, Silence.
She looks okay.
She looks victorious.
As always.
Aloy. You did it.
Hey, where's
You
she
go
going?
off and be by yourself.
As far away as anyone can go.
Oh. Are you sure?
You're staying.
For a time. You people are going to need all the help you can get.
I really wonder what they're gonna do. Because I do think they have a third one planned. I think
Does
it's
anyone else need a drink?
pretty much all
Not
but
if it's that ale of
confirmed.
yours.
Or it may
I'd
actually
fine
be
with a
confirmed,
nap.
but I mean,
Excellent
Lance Reddick
idea.
died, so like they're gonna have to have someone else voice
I
act
hope it's wrong
Silence.
this time.
But this will be platinum. I have a double pop here, but I'll do what I always do and make it work. Great game. Like I said, we will jump right into Burning Shores
There's another battle ahead,
in the next episode.
Elizabeth. Very different than the one you fought. It's It's not about the distant hope of creating a new world. It's about preserving the one we have. My friends have a new mission. To spread the word and ask for help. They've taken it in stride. I think it's because they've always known what I've only just started to understand. That the people of this world have the strength to fight any battle. The ingenuity to solve any problem.
I'm confused as to where they came from. Did they come from, like,
to overcome any obstacle.
Asia? It would be cool to see this in, like, another
And
country,
resilience.
aside from the United States.
To rise after any setback. As for me, I can't say I'm not afraid. What lies ahead will be harder than anything we've faced before. But I know I can put the fear aside. Because for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm not alone.
Nice. Some really cool end credits. I might just let it play out, because we can just talk about the game, I guess. I don't know, when I first started it, I was like... I mean, I loved the first game. When I first started this game, it felt like, the beginning of the game was a little slow, I guess. It dragged a little bit for me, and I wasn't super into it. But I kind of, like, forgot how you really need to, like, scan machines and... yeah, pick them apart and shoot off their weak points, and that really makes it easy. But your weapons in the beginning of the game are very weak, so like you're just very weak in the beginning of the game, and when you end, like the end of the first game, you're super strong. So it's just like, I don't know, it's always irritating in sequels when like you completed the first game and you're like, you know, maxed out, super strong. But then, like, the second game comes around and it's like Aloy's like weak again, which I get why. I mean, it wouldn't obviously be fun if you just had a maxed out main character right off the bat, but I don't know. It was a great game. I know there's a VR game too, but like I don't have the VR, so definitely not gonna be playing that. If I ever get a VR, sure, I'll try it. But I don't have one, and they're very expensive, so probably not going to get it. But we will definitely get Burning Shores. It's only like 20 bucks, I think. And this game was free for me because it was part of PlayStation Plus Extra. So I didn't have to pay for the game, technically. It was just part of the PlayStation Plus subscription. So yeah, I mean, that's really it. I don't really have anything else to say. This is some really cool end credits, but I'm just gonna watch it for a bit and then... well, I don't know, we may just let it play out. There's no reason not to. One thing that I really just dislike about this is the grind to upgrade all your legendary stuff. Like, it's insane. Like, I would literally have to go around and kill all these Apex machines and, you know, get the specific parts, and like the freaking fire claws are the worst. Because you have to, or frost claws, fire claws, whichever one it is, you have to kill them without exploding them, because you need that part, and it persists when they're killed, and if you explode it, it's destroyed. So it's just so annoying. It takes so long to kill them, and you need so many of them for upgrading the legendary stuff. So I mean, it would be nice to have that stuff upgraded for New Game Plus, because New Game Plus on Ultra Hard in the first game was pretty hard. I mean, I got my ass handed to me a lot. It was a lot of just like trial and error, especially the final boss fight. It took me forever to get through that. I was getting so frustrated with it. But hopefully this isn't as bad. I mean, this game, it really isn't that long, to be honest. It's just so, the world is so big and there's just a lot of extra stuff to do. So that's what makes it feel long. But if you just burn straight through the main quests, it's pretty quick. So I'll be able to run through New Game Plus pretty quickly, even though, even being on Ultra Hard shouldn't be too bad. So hopefully none of this music's copyrighted. That would suck if it is. So I'm just going to end this now. Okay. There we go. Discover Nemesis and the Platinum Trophy. So, all trophies obtained. Horizon Forbidden West is completed. So like I said, we will jump right into Burning Shores in the next episode. I'll change the thumbnail, and the episode count will just go back down to 1. But I'm still going to leave it in this playlist, so keep an eye out for that if you want to. And as always, leave a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to. I will catch you in the next episode. Have a good one.